Buongiorno. We want to restart and we move already from the transition from the 3rd century AD to the 4th century AD, and we are in the late Roman Empire. We already saw the great switch, the huge change, critical change implemented by the Emperor Constantine and his successors, the 3 children. And so we want to restart from that. And as we remember, Constantine had 3 children that succeed his empire. Constantine died in 337, so his 3 sons, Constantine II, Constans, and Constantius, divided the Roman Empire among themselves in 3 parts. And as we already learned, the last of these 3 sons of Constantine, Constantius, died in 361. He already associated to him Julian, that was part of the family, not directly from Constantine family. He was basically, we may say, a cousin of the 3 sons of Constantine. And also he married one of the daughters of Constantine, Helena. And so because of this connection with Constantine family, this man who was a philosopher, a scholar, well educated in philosophy, in the Greek and Latin literature, was called to be the Emperor of Rome in 361. He, anyway, showed to be a very good general and politician, and his empire was very short. And what we want to see now is all of that happened in the second half of the 4th century AD. It was a very important century to understand how come the Roman Empire became a Christian Roman Empire. And from Constantine, that died in 337, passing through his successors, his 3 children, and then Julian, to Theodosius the Great. Why Theodosius the Great? Because Theodosius was the Christian emperor who made another huge change in the Roman Empire. Because in 380 he banned paganism, the traditional religion of Rome now is illegal, and the only religion allowed in the Roman Empire is Christianity. The faith professed in fellowship with the Bishop of Rome and successors of the Apostle Peter. So let's remember and frame this huge change that happened between 313, you remember the Edict of Milan that we already talked, when Constantine, in agreement with Licinius, they met in Milan and they basically issued a law that was already in the constitute of the Roman Empire by then, at that time. So in 313 was issued this law that gave tolerance to the Christians along all the other religion in the Roman Empire. But as we already saw, pay attention to Constantine time, they received so many favors, so many privileges that we already pictured in the former lessons, in the previous lessons. So in 380, that's when happened that Theodosius issued his own law that made Christianity the only one religion allowed in the Roman Empire. And the question is, how was that possible? How that change was implemented? What was the transition? What were the steps that led the emperors of Rome to become Christian and also to make Christianity the only one religion? And this is what we want to see with this lesson. So let's be back to Julian, that was now remembered in history as the apostate. This is already state and is an evidence of what happened in that period of time, because all the family of Constantine, the successors of Constantine that we already remember, Constantine II, Constantius, Constans, and even Constantine's daughters, were all of them educated in Christianity. All of them were educated by Christian mentors. And so they grew up in this faith. We already saw that Constantine was a religious man, although he was devoted to the sun god religion, the same religion that Elagabalus introduced in Rome in the first half of the 3rd century AD. But he also appreciated the Christian faith, and so he welcomed in his imperial court well-educated Christian to teach to his children. On the other side, Julian was more educated on the ancient Roman tradition, ancient Roman education, ancient Roman religion. So when he became an emperor, he was appointed emperor, and his ruleship lasted just a couple of years. He wanted to reinstall the Roman tradition and paganism. He promoted paganism in what was already a Christian Roman Empire. And that is why he is now remembered as Julian the Apostate. Apostate because he refused to be Christian and opposed Christianity, promoting paganism, as we just said. And we want to look now to these steps that made the Roman Empire a Christian empire in the 4th century. The first thing that we already want to pay attention to is this transition from polytheism to enotheism. We already know that Roman Empire was a polytheistic empire, a polytheistic society. He welcomed any kinds of religion from the whole countries that were conquered and Romanized. So all religions are allowed. even that led to this conflict between the ancient Roman tradition and the Orientalization. So even importing Eastern religion to Rome, like Mithraism, like Isis from Egypt, Mithra from Persia, and the sun god from Syria. But all of those religions were welcome. Each one had his own temple, his priests, his rituals, and now Christianity even is welcomed after 313 and got the freedom to profess their own faith. So Roman society was a polytheistic world. But what is enotheism? It's something different from monotheism. When we say monotheism, we want to imply faith in only one God. As when we talk about the Jewish faith of Christian faith. But enotheism is a step in between and is basically faith in one God above all the others. And so that's what happened at the very beginning under Constantine time. Constantine favored Christianity and Christian God, but as one God above all the other religion. So it was just matter in his time, in Constantine time, to favor Christianity. But all the other religion still existed, and even the emperor himself, Constantine, was a worshipper of the sun god up to his own death, because he was baptized in the Christian faith, according to the Christian faith, only on his deathbed in 337. And in this same period of time, we are already learned that from the time of the Emperor Augustus, the genius of the emperor was even became a religion. So the emperor was divinized after his death. We saw that even with the Emperor Augustus and his successors. And some of the emperor, even during their life, they introduced themselves as Dominus and Deus. That means Lord and God. And so we saw these steps that in Constantine time there was one religion above all the others, and was the sun god religion that became the main religion in the Roman Empire. And it was Constantine that made that association between the sun god and Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ under Constantine time became the replacement of the sun god. And we have an evidence of that still today. Sunday is the day of the sun. While in Latin was the day of the Dominus, Domenica, and even Christmas, that is on December 25th, was the Sol Invictus festival, was the day of the winter solstice, when the suns die, and then the day after the sun rises up again. So the resurrection of the sun. And this was identified with the death of Jesus Christ and his resurrection. And so in 313 we have this huge switch that now we understand better about the end of all persecutions, but even giving privileges to Christians. And so the Christians, well-educated mentors, became teachers in the imperial court.